Back when I was a 17-year-old vegan with a Sinead O'Connor haircut, I was lucky enough to get an amateur fight on a Cage Warriors event in Newcastle. That's me on the left going for a low kick. At this point, I was really deep into the Conor McGregor, Gunnar Nelson, Goju Ryu karate law, trying to be really long. There, I parry his kick across and answer with a left cross. At this point, I'm trying to switch stance at all times. You know, I've settled into my orthodox stance bit, but I was really switching loads at this point, looking for that low kick, and he bulls me to the fence. He's quite a bit older than me at this point, and I can feel that man strength. Plus, I can feel that adrenaline strength, you know, when someone grips you and they turn into a statue. All the muscles just go stiff, and they become immovable for a second. So he's just pushing me to the fence with all his might, and I'm just using these double overhooks, trying to turn my hips to the side to stop this takedown. I can just feel him pressing in. You know, I'm a little 17-year-old vegan, bit of a strength disadvantage here. He pulls me away, but I managed to get back to the fence to keep my balance. At that point, I look for a switch half-heartedly from a position I'm never going to get a switch. So he locks his hands, pulls me away from the fence and dumps me. Turn away from the fence. It's probably good for him because it stops me being able to wall walk. But I'm just trying to frame off, get to my side. I don't want to stay on my back too long. I'm trying to work to my side so I can get back to my feet. I'm controlling his head, stuffing his wrist, making it difficult for him to strike. At this point, I wouldn't suggest doing this, building up to an elbow for that long. You want to build up straight to your hand, use the energy, and that allows him to pass to half guard. In half guard here, I'm trying to ball up, I don't want to get extended, and he hammer fists my glove. At this point, I get this left underhook, which allows me to wrestle up. He was slow with his hips, so that allowed me to wrestle up, come round to the back. He didn't use any whizzes or cross faces to stop me getting round the back. So I'm just taking this position. Still, at all times, he's just tensing all his muscles as hard as he can, and it's very energy inefficient, whilst I'm just trying to stay smooth and relaxed. I'm very inspired by Gunnar Nelson at this point. Gunnar Nelson had very efficient grappling, still does. I love that style of grappling, just efficiency, breaking someone down. I almost give him my hips for the takedown, so I pummel back in on that underhook to attack the guillotine rather, and I pummel these underhooks. I've got what's kind of like a forklift here, where it's shallow underhooks, not dug all the way through, and now I'm digging through to this body lock. Now reverse the position, I'm pushing him to the fence, and I land a little knee, pretty inconsequential, and I put my knee in the middle and try and tight waist him, but it slips, it's not the strongest. With 50-50 position, as he tries to push me to the fence, I just pivot and pull and sweep round so that I can get the dominant position on the fence. He's trying to reach over, his posture's a bit broken, so I'm going to look to hit the body, hit with the knee. But then he pushes in, I grip my hands together, and lateral drop. That one is when someone's pushing into you that hard, they give you it easy. So just lock your hands, bump your hips in. So long as you've got the confidence and the timing, you're going to get it easy. It's one of those where if they stood still, it'd be very hard to Greco someone, pull them into you and throw them over. But if they're pushing in, just redirect it, hit that little hip bump, and then you'll get over. Nice and easy finish. I don't know who won that round, but I ended up on top. Got the mount, but not enough time to do it. There's that long left straight off of parrying the kick. Here's where I get taken down. And I actually look at the TV screens here. This was the first time I've ever fought with big screens around the cage. It was funny being able to look up, tell the time of the fight, see the position, use it as an advantage to see where I am, see where my legs are, see what he's gripping. This is the underhook. I'm getting round his back. Head pressure tight in his shoulder. Circling round. And this is the big lateral drop. He pushes in as we're circling. Just follow that momentum, redirect him, and end up on top. The second round, and this is where that really calm, efficient, energy-efficient first round will pay off. I'll come for the finish in this round. I've always been just weirdly calm with fights for the most part. I've actually had to build it up to actually want to hurt people and build it up where I'm getting a bit more hype for fights now, instead of being too reserved and starting too slow. So we come out, again, this very Gunnar Nelson, McGregor-inspired long stance, looking for long crosses, counter his low kick with a right cross, and I throw a low kick and it falls short. I kind of lean in on that body hook with no setup. Risky that. You don't want to start your combinations reaching across for body hooks. He hits a 1-2, and now I shoot in. I get right in under his hips, because he throws that backhand. As he throws that backhand, his hips square up, and that allows me to get in. He manages to post and get in on my hips, but same as I did in the first round, I'm going to pummel under to attack that neck. Just threaten that neck. You kind of want your guillotine attacks, your front headlock attacks, and your takedown defense to work together, not be completely 100% one or the other. See, I'm trying to lift this elbow high. I'm forcing my hips into the fence. Be hard to finish it, but it makes it uncomfortable for him. It makes me better at defending the takedown here. I land a knee, but he kind of hooks my leg and he gets this body lock. I go for the same lateral drop that I hit in the first round, but I fail. But as soon as you land off that lateral drop, you've got the underhook. So I don't stop. I keep working around on top, and I take the mount. First thing I do as I take the mount, grapevine heavy. There was someone from our gym that fought recently, like before this, and as soon as he got the mount, he just postured up and started swinging hammer fists. He got bridged off and then banged on the feet. I was just wanting to take my time when I was on top. So I force him towards the fence, and as he turns over, he gives me this arm triangle position. It's kind of weird because he's built up on his high and his right elbow, so I'm looking to be a bit just unpleasant with it. He bumps me off for a second here. Bit sloppy by me, I got too high, and we're in this weird position where I've got my leg inside. It kind of gives me a bit of attachment to him to secure him. I'm kind of cross-facing him, looking for a little bit of a wrist ride, just to keep my pressure. He falls back in his knees, and I get into the mount again. Not as heavy as I should be. I'm looking for some space to strike. We're getting in the last minute of the round, and I look for this arm triangle position. It's kind of funny here against the fence, and he's on his side, so I'll go for a Mataleon grip here and force my forearm into his neck. It's very hard to finish this, but it's still uncomfortable. Even if it's hard to finish, it still takes the air out of him a little bit. He goes to his back to alleviate it, and this just gives me the arm triangle position even stronger. Really like the arm triangle, got a couple of wins at amateur with the arm triangle, including this one, and he taps. So as soon as I got that angle correctly and I could get off to the side, that's when that arm triangle went on really quick. It was a bit awkward to do it as his back was to the fence. And look at me, I'm really calm at this point. Now I'm happier to celebrate my fights a bit more, but I thought you had to be some uber karate sensei cool guy. Now I'd realised, yeah, how many times do you win a fight? Just jump around. There again, I'm seeing the screen. I have a waff about with my hair. I don't know why. There's not much hair there to waff about. There. Last amateur match.